Hello, everyone. Welcome to International Royals TV. Thank you for clicking. So, today we will be continuing on with King Charles III's life history. And previous sessions we did was introduction, early life, family, and education, Prince of Wales, which concentrated on his military training career, marriages, um, including Lady Diana Spencer and then Camilla Parker Bowles. And then session number 5 was called Official Duties. And then we did reign, health, charity work, personal interests, which covered built environment, national environment, alternative medicine, sports, visual performing and literary arts, and religion and philosophy. So today's session is session number 10, and it's called Media Image and Public Opinion in terms of King Charles III's life history. So, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. So let's get started. Media image and public opinion in terms of King Charles III's life history. Since his birth, Charles has received close media attention, which increased as he matured. It has been an ambivalent relationship, largely impacted by his marriages to Diana and Camilla and their aftermath, but also centered on his future conduct as king. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. Described as the world's most eligible bachelor in the late 1970s, Charles was subsequently overshadowed by Diana. After her death, the media regularly breached Charles's privacy and printed exposés. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. Known for expressing his opinions when asked during an interview to mark his 70th birthday whether this would continue in the same way once he is king, he responded, No, it won't. I'm not that stupid. I do realize that it is a separate exercise being sovereign. So, of course, I understand entirely how that should operate. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia, and we are continuing on with King Charles III's life history, and we are on session number 10 today, and it's called Media, Image, and Public Opinion. So let's continue. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. In September 2025, The Economist analysed all Charles's public speeches over the past 30 years and concluded that he has mellowed over the past 3 decades. In 2009, Charles was named the world's best dressed man by Esquire magazine. Fashion magazine British GQ described Charles as the true guardian of traditional British menswear in 2012 and named him one of the most stylish people of 2025. Wow. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. Italian designer Donatella Versace once said Charles is an archetype of style. Wow. In 2023, the New Statesman named Charles as the 4th most powerful right-wing figure of the year, describing him as a romantic traditionalist and the very last reactionary in public life for his support of various traditionalist think tanks and previous writings. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. He was also named one of the 100 most influential people of 2023 by Time magazine. Charles and Camilla topped Tatler's Social Power Index for 2022 and 2023. A 2018 BMG research poll found that 46% of Britons wanted Charles to abdicate immediately on his mother's death in favour of William. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. However, a 2021 opinion poll reported that 60% of the British public had a favourable opinion of him. On his accession to the throne, the Statesman reported an opinion poll that put Charles's popularity with the British people at 42%. More recent polling suggested that his popularity increased sharply after he became king. As of August 2025, Charles continues to hold majority support with an approval rating of 59%, and 62% of the public say he is doing a good job, according to YouGov. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. We are continuing on with King Charles I's life history, and we are on session number 10. Today is called Media Image and Public Opinion. So let's continue. Now we are down to the section that says reaction to press treatment, and source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. Let's continue. In 1994, the German tabloid Bild, B-I-L-D, published nude photos of Charles that were taken while he was vacationing in Le Barracks. They had reportedly been put up for sale for £30,000. Oh my goodness. And they've invaded his privacy and they want to make so much money out of it. Terrible. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. This happened a long time ago. Don't be alarmed. 1994 we're talking about. Buckingham Palace reacted by stating that it was unjustifiable for anybody to suffer this sort of intrusion. Exactly. Charles, so often a target of the press, got his chance to return fire in 2002 when addressing scores of editors, publishers, and other media executives gathered by St. Bride's Fleet Street to celebrate 300 years of journalism. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. Defending public servants from the corrosive drip of constant criticism. Imagine. He noted that the press had been awkward, cantankerous, cynical, bloody-minded at times, intrusive at times, inaccurate, and at times deeply unfair and harmful to individuals and to institutions. I know, I can't imagine being in the public eye. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. But he concluded regarding his own relationships with the press, from time to time we are probably both a bit hard on each other, exaggerating the downsides and ignoring the good points in each. In 2006, Charles filed a court case against the Mail on Sunday after excerpts of his personal journals were published, revealing his opinions on matters such as the transfer of sovereignty over Hong Kong to China in 1997. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. If you'd like to check up on any of this after that, you can. In which Charles described the Chinese government officials as appalling old waxworks. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. Charles and Camilla were named in 2011 as individuals whose confidential information was reportedly targeted or actually acquired in conjunction with the news media phone hacking scandal. Source I'm reading from is Wikipedia. The Independent noted in 2015 that Charles would only speak to broadcasters on the condition they have signed a 15-page contract demanding that Clarence House attends both the rough cut and fine cut edits of films, and if it is unhappy with the final product, can remove the contribution in its entirety from the program. This contract stipulated that all questions directed at Charles must be pre-approved and vetted by his representatives. Quite rightly so. Source I've been reading from today is Wikipedia, and today's session was session number 10. It's called Media, Image and Public Opinion. Previous sessions we did was called Introduction, and session number 2 was Early Life, Family and Education. Session number 3 was Prince of Wales, which concentrated on his military training career. Session number 4 concentrated on his marriages, starting with Lady Diana Spencer, and then to Camilla Parker Bowles. And then session number 5 was official duties. Number 6 was rain. Number 7 was health. Number 8 was charity work. Number 9 was personal interests. Then today's session is session number 10, media, image, and public opinion. If you've missed out on any of our previous episodes, you'll be able to catch up in our playlist section and on the community tab. And the playlist is called King Charles III's Life History. Also, if you might be interested in other life history series of other members of the royal family, you'll find that on the community tab and on the playlist section as well. And we previously did Queen Elizabeth II's life history, Princess Anne's life history, Prince Edward's life history, and Prince Philip's life history. So once we finish with King Charles II's life history, the last remaining child of Queen Elizabeth II life history that we need to do is formerly Prince Andrew. So we're going to include him after we finish with this one, and we've only got probably another 2 more sessions of King Charles I's life history. So yeah, I'm gonna put up our poll question. Please answer that, and feel free to interact in the comment section too. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for greeting us in the comment section. This one, I'm gonna call you Calendon. Hi Calendon, thank you for your comment. And TY, that name. I don't even want to say your name. I'll call you TY. Thank you so much for your comment in the comment section as well. So now I'll put up the poll question. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also please give us a thumbs up. If you're just joining, you'll be able to rewind it to the beginning. I'll leave the stream running a little bit longer so you can catch up. Thank you so much. I'll put up the poll question now. Thank you.